if you want to smash it, you want to get both of us, because we are the nasty beat makers. Normally, he's got set up at his house, and I got set up at my house. So I'll be in the studio making fresh records, fresh beats all the time, and he'll be doing the same thing. And I'll come up with a song, and I'll be like, yo, you know what? Let me put my drums down and see what he thinks about it. That's how we came up with All I Do Is Win. He came up with all the music parts, and then I heard it, and I was like, dang, that sounds hard. I said, I can't half-step on this one. So I came and just banged out some hard drums to give it that anthem feel, and that's how that record came about.
It has happened, and sorry to say, neither one of us could sing. So it's kind of, like sometimes I like, to me, this job is 24/7. I could be sleeping, and then a melody comes in my head. And what I used to do is sing it into a tape recorder or my iPhone, and then the next morning, I don't know what the hell it is. I physically get up, pick up a guitar, and so that way I know the notes are right. And that's basically how I do it these days.
Grew Up or Screw Up came about in that era right there. A lot of people were sampling the late, great Biggie Smalls. And, of course, been a big fan of Biggie Smalls. So I came across a lyric that he said on a record, I grew up, but screw up. And I was like, dang, that sounds like it would be amazing for somebody to tell their life story and coming about. So I took that line, put it together, put the beat down, started making it. I said, yo, you got to do something to this. My brother came in, started playing pianos and chords, and just sounded like a monster. And we ended up getting a Grammy for that. We not only produced it, but we came up with the concept and made the rapper's life a lot easier than sitting there and, yo, what should I do to this song? There's already a hook there. So he's just going to vibe off and feed off that hook.
Well, to me, it's the consumer, especially the kids. The people who buy the records. If they like it, it's good. Then, that's the number one important thing to me. Yeah, the artist should like it too. And then, he'll do what he does, and then at the end of the day, it's the people who are buying the records, they're gonna say whether it's a hit or not. A lot of times we make records, we think it's a hit, or we don't think it's a hit.
Yeah.
When they hear it, that's when it'll be like,
yeah, because
legitimized.
I didn't know how big All I Do Was Win was gonna be when we were in the studio. I believed in the record, but I didn't know how, they were seeing a bigger vision. But then everybody started, yo, it's going to be played at sporting events. It's going to be played everywhere, bro. It's going to be massive. I was like, cool, let's keep our fingers crossed. And it ended up being that record. Obama walks out to it. It's in all kinds of movies, every arena. Because I never expected the president to walk out to our record. Like, that doesn't happen. We had a garage. We had a studio set up. And we had keyboards and all that kind of stuff. And actually, I started with my brother first, my other brother. Me and Freddie, we started together. Then we took a break, and then I started just DJing a lot, making hip-hop beats where I didn't really need instruments. So then one day I'm like, made this beat, and I was like, dang, I need a bass line on it. I'm walking around in my PJs, and I'm like, damn, where's my brother at? I said, do you mind coming in and playing the bass line on this? He said, yeah, no problem. And I said, dang, I need some strings on it. I can't play no freaking instrument. I was like, all right, could you put some strings on it, make it sound big? Next thing you know, from there we just started just doing everything together, because all my beats were just samples and drums, and you need music and instruments to take it to the next level. So that's how we became partners. And shoot, a Grammy later, we're here today. I think the best thing is to get creative criticism. And it's not always from the people that are around you. It's always cool to have criticism from people that don't know you. That way you can get the honest feedback. Because, when you're with your boys, they're going to be, oh, man, that's hot, man. You should be out there, man. You hotter than Pharrell. Get real feedback if you want to make it in this business. And then you'll know if your stuff is good. Because everybody's stuff is not good. It is what it is. We're not all made to be producers. Maybe some of us should be writers, or behind the scenes creating videos, or there's a lot. This music game is such a big spectrum, and there's money to be made.